Hey, y'all. Happy New Year. I honestly think this is my first live of the new year, if I'm not mistaken. So thanks for joining me. Hello, Linda girl. Happy Tuesday. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining me again. And we about to get into it and talk our Love and Marriage Huntsville. We're already, two parts into the reunion. So, we got to talk a little bit about that and Martell and his nonsense. But no, we need to talk about Marcel because at first I thought Martell was the biggest villain, but now I don't know Marcel and him and Martell are neck and neck. So we're gonna talk about that, but I'm gonna just go ahead and play my little intro and then I will be right back.
Matt St. Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent. Matt St. Quebec, man, the girl was heaven sent.
Hey, my sweet babies. Thanks again for joining me as we talk Love and Marriage Huntsville in 2023. Woo, we made it into a new year. Ain't God good? We just like in our health, strength, living our best lives. And I feel like 2023 is my year. I know everybody says that, but I feel like it is my year. Like, what the Mills say? I don't got friends to make, but checks to make or something like that. I'm on that type of time. I'm on that flow. I want to live my best life. So I thank you guys again for joining me. And we're going to go ahead and get started. First, I want to see what y'all were talking about or whatever. What you guys voted. Sorry. I don't know if you guys subscribe to Paris Milan channel, but I do. Like, she be putting me on a lot of interesting stuff or whatever. And when I open up my YouTube thing, like your subscriptions and stuff like that in the home, I noticed her video came up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Another fake friend situation with the whole, I don't know what's been going on with friends not really having your back this year. Well, in the past few months, my heart still hurts over the Shanquella Robinson situation. So that's what came up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And y'all, I was also listening to one of my other favorite YouTubers, Lovely T, and she was doing a live or like a call-in show about the nursing strike. So I didn't realize like what was going on with you guys. Anybody that's in the medical field, like God bless you and thank you for your service. It's like, we always say that a lot of times to people that are in the military, like thank you for your service, thank you for your service. But thank you for your service to people that are in the medical field because you guys do something that I couldn't do. That's one thing I just knew I wasn't called to. Because I would feel so bad if I accidentally gave the wrong thing to somebody, inserted a shot the wrong way. Even though they teach you that stuff in medical school, I just feel like, just that one time I would do something wrong, and here we are. Okay, so let's see what you guys voted on first. Okay, so with 43% of the votes, you guys want to talk about Melody and Miss Wanda's altercation during the reunion. So, should I call Miss Wanda Miss Wanda? I mean, I'm just so used to saying it together that I don't know. I just call her Miss, but people's like, you don't need to call her Miss, just call her Wanda. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I don't know. Even if an adult, an elder is disrespectful, I still feel as though I can't call them by their name. I'm always probably gonna call them Miss or Mister. I don't know. It's just kind of ingrained in me. So even though she's an elder, even though she be doing the most and stuff like that, I don't know. I'm just gonna call her Miss Wanda. So sorry, y'all. I'm not ready to call her just Wanda just yet. so let's go ahead and talk about that. The second thing you guys wanted to talk about will be Carlos King says Martell and Melody Holt won't be fired yet. So we're going to talk about that together because I didn't get a chance to read that article, but I definitely want to. I want to read it with you guys live. All right, so let's see here. Oh, it's some new news. Melody should respond to Destiny Payton accusing her of hacking Martell's phone. Oh, that's breaking news, y'all. That was reported 9 hours ago, so we may have to talk about that too. But let's go ahead and talk about Wanda. And Melody. I really feel like at this point, Miss Wanda is not going to say she's sorry. She really feels as though that she was right. She really feel like she was getting back at Melody on behalf of her daughter. So it's really nothing that we can say at this point. She's not backing down. So I feel like we just gotta leave it alone. We two things I feel like we had to leave alone. We're gonna have to leave trying to show Miss Wanda that she's wrong, and also trying to show Tisha that Marsau may be, I don't even want to accuse him of anything either, because I do hope that he's not cheating on her. No woman wants to get cheated on. Tisha may not be my favorite person in the whole entire world, but I don't want her to get. I don't want her to feel bad in a relationship. I don't want that for any woman. So Tisha, so everybody that's trying to insinuate things, just let it be. Let Tisha, if Marsau is doing something, find out on her own. But it's no point in showing her or trying to convince her, or tap her on the shoulder. That's one thing I learned. I'm gonna tell Tisha, girl, you better stick it out with your man, even if she do see something, because nowadays women don't want to listen to you. They will snap on you for trying to tell them something about their man, and I don't want those kind of problems. I'll buy into your delusion. I'll be delusional right with you. So here we go. So, my site that I'll be going to for the latest Love and Marriage Huntsville news, urbanbellmag.com says, the basic recap of part 2 of the reunion. LaTisha explains Marsau exchanged with another woman. See, you see that? See, right there. She's going to explain the situation. And you know what? Our hands is off of it at this point. That's what she wants to believe. Okay, you know what I mean? She don't want us to go any further in her business. All right, sis, we won't. You gotta tell me twice. Oh, and Carlos and Martell clash. That was also something interesting. But we're gonna talk about. Let's see. Melody and Wanda's altercation is addressed. So, in the next segment, Carlos touches on Melody and Wanda's altercation and what led up to it. Melody and Wanda were shading each other off the show, and Melody took offense to Wanda speaking ill of her children. Melody explains what occurred during Destiny's event. Initially, Melody was speaking to Wanda's relative, who was also on live saying he had a gun. Wanda refused this, saying Melody was on live during the event when Wanda confronted her. Big deal. So I'm on live. Maybe Melody wanted to go live so she can have witnesses, because a lot of times you see here now, it's like a lot of alternative facts. Had we not seen the footage, Wanda told a completely different story than what actually happened. So maybe Melody felt like she needed to go live so she could have evidence or backup or whatever. Because sometimes you can't even trust production. Production has a way of splicing and dicing the footage to fit their particular narrative. So I get why Melody did it. Kudos to you. I think a lot of us should go live, when it's time to confront people, because you want to have evidence of what happened. Even sometimes if you're in a situation, you may have thought it went one way. You may have thought you said something or that you didn't say something that actually did happen. Because when emotions and stuff is heightened, you're liable to say anything or forget some stuff. So, yes. I don't know why that was a big deal. They kept bringing up, and even Marsau, well, why did you go live? Why should she not go live? It's like y'all didn't want things to be exposed. That's what it's giving me. And let me keep reading. Carlos asked Wanda exactly what she said about Melody and Martell's child. Wanda said she repeated what Martell said to Dr. Heavenly about their youngest paternity. She also tells Wanda she did not question the paternity of Sugar Mama. This is probably meant to say. She also told Carlos, but okay. Carlos then asked Martell if he ever questioned the paternity of the child. Martell says he did not. Interestingly enough, Marie says Martell should never have brought up anything of the sort with Dr. Heavenly. And that right there, y'all, I actually agree with. I felt as though, again, if we get to the root of the matter, this was all Martell's doing. If Martell would have just kept his mouth shut, never go there, never even try to insinuate to make Melody look like the bad person, we wouldn't. It wouldn't have gave Miss Wanda like ammunition to throw at Melody. So I will give Maurice that part because I felt that way too. If don't be giving nobody ammunition to come at your wife or the mother of your kids. And I kind of, and if I'm being fair, I feel like Melody should do the same thing. Like Martell could be a terrible husband, but at the same time, don't throw him under the bus and run him over. Because at the same time, that is your kid's dad. You know, let the outside people do your dirty work. Let them speak out about if this person is a bad person or not. But I think for the most part, just kind of keep your mouth shut, even though it's easier said than done. Because one point in time, you like that person. So keep that same energy, even though things change a little bit. There's no need to throw each other under the bus. I feel the same way Melody was to do it as well. So let me let's see here. I want to play a little bit of the clip. Maybe it's this one. Let me see.
That moment was probably the most talked about moment of the entire series. This Madani situation happened when you learned that Wanda said these things. What made you want to confront her about it on camera?
Whenever I went to the event, I didn't approach her first. I started talking to the gentleman who had just recently been on live talking about how he can come up there with choppers where I met and all this stuff.
And that's true.
So when I saw his face, I was like, wait a minute, are you such and such? He's like, yeah, that's me. I said, so you're the one that was on live threatening me. So he and I were having a conversation. Wanda then chimed in and said, yeah, because I don't like you. So the initial conversation wasn't even directly with Wanda. The initial conversation was with her relative who was right there.
You and your mother came out there. You
it was my Martell. It was me, Martell,
okay, no.
my mother.
You and your mother walked out there on your phone. You was going live.
I was like,
and you said on your live,
Okay,
yes, I'm out here. I'm handling things. I'm finna get ready to get this started.
Hey, y'all. What's up, Melanie? Come on in. Yes, to the live. Look at Martell over there. Hey, Martell. Yeah. Blink twice if you need a smell. I ain't gonna need nobody. Y'all know I can handle them all my own, all by myself, but I appreciate it. I can't lie.
What's wrong with Melody saying that?
Don't play with me, girl. But anyway, that's exactly what happened. I walked around the table, and she looked at Bernard. She said, oh, yeah, and you had a problem with me, too. You had a problem telling me what you going to do to me. You going to threaten me. On my live, only thing Bernard said, yeah, I got that chopper. I got that chopper. He never said, well, Mayor, I got this chopper for you. I do this to you. That's not what he said. He never said that. I can pull up my live and I can send it back to you. I promise you, he never said that.
It was a very intense moment, and I want to be able to have a real conversation about personal space, boundaries, the word ratchet being thrown around, and a real conversation about children, okay? So with that being said, Wanda...
Have y'all noticed that it's only Miss Wanda's like the only parent that's in some mess? Like I don't really understand what's the disconnect. What's not clicking? Remember that off y'all used to watch Flavor of Love? I remember Tiffany, New York mom said that to her. Like, what's not clicking? What's not clicking? You're the only castmate mama up here. Like, you shouldn't even be coming at Melody or like, I don't know, clapping back at Melody. That's how come the next video I'm working on is, y'all gonna see it's coming out tonight. But can Tisha control her mom? And I feel like she can. I'm not going to try to say she can get her to stop saying stuff. But I do feel as though if Tisha put her foot down and say, Mom, like you doing too much, she will listen. But the fact Tisha just kind of letting it ride, making excuses for her mom just lets me know she's okay with what her mom is doing. She is using her mom to do her dirty work. And I don't like that. Be a woman. How about you say what's on your mind and how you feel about Melody? At least we will respect that more because now you're making it hard for us to respect your mom. And we always supposed to respect our elders. She the only mom that's up there. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if we'll see Martell mom. I don't know if we'll see Melody mom. But I feel like that should tell you something. Like, you're you're not on the same level as your daughter's friend. So why is you starting mess and kicking up mess and drama? I just don't like it. I really don't, and it's frustrating that nobody else on the cast is saying anything.
What did you say exactly about Mela Martell's child?
Right before then, I think maybe about a month or so, I heard Martell on Dr. Heaven's show, and he was like singing that I wonder who was that last baby dad is, and I just took it from there. And I just really heard him saying that, and I was like, okay, so she want to talk about baby dads. I was just only repeating what Martell was saying.
And it's just like, why? Why did you feel the need to? I don't get that. I really don't. Tisha's a grown woman that's married with kids. She can speak up for her own self. So why you felt the need to bring up what Martell said? I don't know. She do love being messy. She really do. And she think it's cute. You know, like the way that she's just in her stance, she sees no wrong in it. You know, the way, just her posture and her attitude about it. Like, I'm gonna defend my wrongness, wrong and strong. I feel like I heard that
at the
before.
moment.
Is that how you took it when you heard the live?
Absolutely not. When she went live, she was not talking about what Martell was discussing on Dr. Heavenly, because she even went on to talk about, I can bring a picture of the person and hold it up next to the baby, and just a whole lot of stuff.
I was in my inbox saying,
to try to
which
turn
baby
it
dad are you
around and
talking
make
about?
it seem like it was something else, that it wasn't as if you were talking, you know, as if there was a conversation about a pregnancy. That is not what she was referring to.
So Martell, based on what you saw, did you also believe that she was referring to
my youngest child,
Sugar Mama?
Yeah.
So these two people who are parents are saying to you, based on what you said, you were questioning the paternity of Sugar Mama.
Not on my live. I was not.
So one thing I will say about this collective, kids have all.
Either way, just apologize, Wanda. That's how I really feel about it. Either way, like Carlos is trying to spell it out for you. Even if you didn't mean it in that way, both these two parents were offended by what you were saying. Just say, I didn't mean it like that. I should have never said it. It was wrong. I could give and then I wouldn't even mind her being sassy. I could get with Melody without even bringing the kids in it. So I apologize for doing that. Next time I won't. I'm going to keep it woman to woman. And then we can just go on about our business. But I just don't like how she's not taking accountability. She's not taking accountability. Because like I said, if it was anybody else, if this was Tisha that was going through this, it would be World War III. You know what I mean? If someone was trying to question the paternity of Tisha's and Marsau kids, it'll be World War III. So I'm just not getting it. But let's finish watching some more.
Always been off limits. And I understand, Miss Wanda, you're saying it was on my IG Live, but we have to hold you accountable that at the end of the day, the clap back should have been to people who are adults in the situation. Why would you reduce it to where you involve someone's kid into it?
I talked to Marsau on the show about him having a baby. And I used baby dad. Oh, you the baby daddy. Do that mean that I'm actually talking about Marsau baby, or I'm talking about Marsau? I mean, I'm just being curious.
Well, that's a non-existent baby.
Okay.
Allegedly. No, but that's a non-existent child, right? Because I think it's important that we listen, in order for things to really be addressed, we really have to be honest about it. Martell, have you ever questioned the paternity of your child?
No.
Let me talk to Maurice and Kimmi.
And you know, Martell probably did go on Dr. Heavenly's show and insinuated some things, but it was only because he was angry. He knows good and darn well that all his kids is his kids. Every kid that came from Melody is his child. He just was in his feelings. He wanted to get sympathy. He was upset with Melody, so he was ready to say anything, just so people can have sympathy for him. Like, oh, so Melody man cheated on you, to deflect him and his infidelity and have an outside baby. So he just say that, you know, because I think that's what happened. If you ask me, Cause he had no, he shouldn't have even insinuated something like that. Yeah. Marsau, his little skittle ball head.
Do you understand why the Holts were as upset as they were?
I understand both sides of this. I understand Wanda's talking about baby daddies. If you're saying baby daddies, whatever.
See, I understand both sides of it. It's no both sides of it. It's wrong is wrong. And I'm glad, I don't know if it's this clip, but Carlos calls him out about that. Like, wait a minute. It was World War III when Tiffany was talking about the vaping situation. And it's not the same per se, but still, let's just baby daddy, kids, paternity, what kids do, what they don't do, the type of hair they got, the grades in school they making. Let's just keep them out of it because they didn't sign up for the show. And I feel like when people talk about kids, you're very rude because you know that's a triggering. It's like you don't care. You want to get slapped. You want to get beat up in a way because you know people don't play about their kids. And I just feel like it's disrespectful. It's kind of going on a territory of the point of no return. Like we gotta forgive people and let it go, but we can never be cool again. We can never be friends again because you took it that far. Talking about people's kids and talking about people's parents. I just feel like everybody in the whole entire world of the universe of the stratosphere knows that's no. So I don't like how Murray it was like everybody was kind of justifying it. But that's okay. It's okay.
I always tell Martell, protect the kids.
There's something totally different that they're discussing, though.
No, I'm saying the information, for her to say that she got the information from Dr. Heavenly or whatever, nobody questions anything about you two's relationship without it being put out there. I'm saying to protect the kids from the very beginning. Ultimately, I don't think that Martell should have ever brought that information to the world.
And Tisha, do you feel like your mother was wrong in what she said about
ain't no
their
both
child?
sides.
Yes, but I feel like she was going tit for tat with Mel. I think she was trying to call Mel out for sleeping around. It's like, is that Martell's baby?
Didn't say that. Say that. Sorry, y'all. Say that. Say that. Say, Mel, you sleeping around. Just say that. And we would be okay with it. But to sit up there and find your baby daddy and it's almost like, why not just okay? I look at it like this. Melody, this all started because Melody said that Tisha dad was in her DMs, which is facts. Why would you, to go back at her, use something that Martell said? Why don't you just use your own facts? If you know Melody to be a hoe or to be this or that, why don't you bring receipts on that to throw at her? Not use what Martell obviously said in anger, to get back at her. Although I get it. Like they say, like you can't, when you're arguing and stuff like that, it's no right or wrong. Like it's going to get dirty. It's going to get messed up. People gonna say what they need to say to win the argument, but like I said, it just got into a real big thing, and I feel like she could have pulled it back when she realized like getting out of control. So yeah. Oh hey Martha. So Martha said Linda Gamble sis. Hey, yes, Linda is in the house. So yeah, let me know what we're gonna finish watching the rest of this clip, but can y'all? I know that some of y'all are still doing blackout, so this may be the first time you actually seen this clip, but the whole fact that people was justifying what Miss Wanda was doing let me know like the hate really is real. Like I'm not even exaggerating. If you was just a neutral person watching this, you'll be like, dang, they really don't like Melody.
Because it's pictures out on social media with comparing the two, all over the groups and everything.
This is getting messy.
Was it wrong for even Mel to bring that to a national television show? Yeah. I mean, they both do things that's wrong. I think it's fair to call both of them out, not one person. It's not all my mom, it's both of them.
But what's so wrong about saying my mom was wrong for talking
told
about
her that, and I just said it. I just said it. But what I'm not going to do, because for some reason, everybody don't like to hold Mel accountable for what she do. My mom was wrong, and Melby, she's wrong too.
Ooh. Even Martell made a point, like, what is so wrong? And y'all gonna see, like, in the video that I'm posting, I said that, like, least when people say that Candy from Housewives really kind of backs her mom, like 100%, never says her mom does anything wrong. And for the most part, that is true. But when her mom said something very disparaging about Phaedra, saying she wouldn't pee on her or something if she was on fire, Kenny was like, no, my mom was wrong for saying that. Straight up. No ifs, ands, or buts. It was no, well, Phaedra did X, Y, and Z to me, and that's why my mom said it. It was just, no, my mom was wrong. And I feel like that's what Martell is saying. Don't say, well, Melody is wrong too. Just say, my mom was wrong. Because when you say Melody was wrong too, it's like you're justifying it. I don't know. I don't know why she's not getting that. It's very frustrating to me. Let's see here. Let's watch this clip real quick. The Marsau and Melody get in a disagreement with each other. And then I'm going to read the comments.
Let me ask you this, Melody. Based on that incident and based on tonight, do you see a world where you are able to move forward with everybody?
Never. Never. Nope. We're trying to operate in a place where people aren't willing to be honest, where people aren't willing to be held accountable. It's their responsibility. It's just not. No.
Have you ever held accountability for anything, Melody, ever?
But see, after that whole exchange, and everybody sat around in a circle and justified Miss Wanda, I understand why she felt how she felt. I really do. You know, usually I'm just like a person that's like, oh, forgive and forget. You guys can make it through. I can make it through the rain. But no, after that whole display and everybody just justified Miss Wanda's action, I get it. I'll be wiping my hands from this group as well. So Sharon said, oh, hello, everyone. I wish Tisha would stop saying she hasn't experienced any infidelity in her marriage. Just be quiet. Let him cheat in peace. It's like, Sharon, it's like she don't want to see it. And I feel like I'm about to be, I don't want to see it either. I don't care if I see a video of Marsau with another woman. I bet you Tisha will find a way to justify it. Like, you know what I mean? It's to that point. And I'm just going to go with her and buy into her delusion as well. I'm going to be like, no, that ain't Marsau. Even though, let's say it's Marsau. He holding up his driver's license, his birth certificate, his social security card. I'm still going to be like, nope, that ain't him. Because that's what she want to believe. You know, it's like some women, you just can't help. But you know what? Everybody can do what they want to do in their marriage. I'm the marriage police. So, like you said, she just maybe want to let him cheat in peace, and she's happy with that arrangement. Who am I to judge, you know? Hey, Machino Rules. Melody said does. Oh, I missed this part? Martha said accountability on what? Okay, we're gonna finish watching this clip, because Marsau got a lot of nerve talking about some accountability. Melody's light shade was facts. Wanda's shade was gutter and lies. Thank you. Gutter and lies. I know this is like a completely different show, but I was watching some of the stuff like from Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know if y'all watched that, but I was listening to some of the things that Marlo was saying in her shade. It do be going gutter, like just being objective. Like she would go over the top with her shade. Like, that wasn't even necessary to say. And the things she say make it hard to come back from. Like, at first I thought, sometimes when you're watching it with the cast, you don't get a chance, watching it live, you don't get a chance to, like, really process your thoughts. But watching it back, I'm like, she be going too hard. And it's like, girl, if you really feel this way about me, I don't need to be your friend. And that's how I feel about Miss Wanda. Like you said, Miss Wanda just be going too gutter to the point of no return. Like if you can't, in all of them, if y'all can't admit that what she did was wrong, we can never be friends. Never. Right. Let's finish watching it. Never.
Like, I would love to take the role back. I'm talking to you. I would love for the conversation to take the role back and see if Melody ever held accountability for anything ever in any situation.
What do you have to say to that?
He's entitled to his own opinion. He don't even really know me like that, but it's cool.
You can't find anything
I mean,
that she's ever taken accountability for. I stand on that. I bet $1,000 to a bucket she can't. In fact, I'd be hard pressed to find anybody on this stage
because I know
that can find out.
you love for me to sit up here and say that things I said have been lies and I've been making up all this stuff. I'm not going to take accountability
I
for
said
something
one
that
thing.
ain't
I said
that's
one
true.
thing. Somebody talking about your kids in such a manner like that. Why would you even go up to them to have a polite conversation? I know I wouldn't. The intention was to confront Wanda. Why'd you go live?
I went live when I went over there.
Why'd you go
Carlos,
live?
got another question.
Carlos, would you?
This is ridiculous. So Melody can't confront Wanda. Ain't nobody even care about what Wanda is saying. Everybody know it's not true. Melody just wanted the opportunity to say, like, back off my kid. Don't bring no paternity stuff in it. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't angry enough to, like, want to fight Wanda. She just wanted to let her know what time it is. You know? Remember Nene said something like that? I want you to know what time it is. That's it. So for Marsau to sit up there and try to say, oh, me and my light went out. Ugh. Charger. But anyway, for Marsau to sit up there and try to say she can't confront, like, Wanda, I just don't like that. Hey, Sheila, good evening, sis. We just breaking down some of the little parts on the reunion. I'm trying to think where I got another charger to charge up my little light. I think in my bathroom, but I don't wanna stop. We just getting good now. All right, let me finish playing this clip.
Ask her, why did she go live?
Another question, because it's my social media.
Why did she go
If
live?
I want to.
Right.
I can go live.
This right here
You're so
is called a
concerned.
lie.
No, you're so concerned with me. Be
I'm not.
concerned about what
I'm
you
not
have going
concerned.
on.
I'm not concerned.
Y'all eat, breathe,
I'm
and
not
sleep.
concerned.
Y'all eat, breathe, and sleep. Wake up,
No,
overtime,
ma'am.
morning,
No, ma'am.
Did we just verify all the time you call
work
people
on your
that's
work on
about
a
us?
storyline for the next season that
You,
doesn't surround other
that's why you about to say that. You needed a storyline. That's
no, that doesn't
You ain't
surround
never been
other
in that storyline.
people.
You've never been in that storyline.
every time it's Tisha. Christmas party. Tisha.
You know what? We should have another party and make Mel the topic of our conversation.
Please. I don't check for y'all, ma'am.
Check for us. Always checking.
Like, they really need to
She
focus
would like it.
them.
Because people call you out on your lies and on your drama, that doesn't mean they're talking about me. That means people calling you out. And you can't face the facts. You can't face the truth. You calling my cousin, asking her all type of questions about me.
Well, look, I was not expecting this to be the outcome of the situation. For me, it was always like when the six of y'all are together, magic happens. There's this level of chemistry that's undeniable. And look, I do think there's...
This is true. I do love the six of them together. But I'm starting to see what you're saying. This show has taken a turn. Like, now they're sitting up there trying to say Melody is sleeping around. No, you can't. I feel like women, we know each other. And you know, the way Melody loved Martell, probably still do love him. Another man, she could, no. Now, I think she did admit something, but I think what she did admit to was once the marriage was once those feelings was gone. But for the majority to even be seen sleeping around, you know, Mel was not sleeping around. I just feel like, you know, when women we locked in, like the thought of another man wouldn't even cross our mind. It's like, We just want this man that we are with to act right. We ain't about to like get with nobody else, especially somebody in a male situation with kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. So I feel like it has gotten dirty, and y'all can't expect Mel to sit down and break bread and have the six of the dream team six to sit down together like everything's okay. Come on now, y'all asking for too much. So Sheila said Marsau was just too messy. He really, I'm trying to between him and Martell. Martell's, you notice he been chilling for the most part this entire reunion. If y'all been watching, if y'all haven't, I'm here to tell y'all Martell has been chilling for part 1 and part 2 of the reunion. He has been speaking up. He has been cool. You see, he's still trying to claim Melody. My wife, oh, Melody, Shari, Holt, still claiming her or whatever. He been pretty decent. But Marsau has been on one. What is going on with him lately? Nobody even mentioned. It's like, you see how she was sitting up there talking about Tisha. Said no one. They the same ones talking about, oh, and Mel likes to hide her feelings. Mel this, Mel that. It's just a lot. Tisha is jealous. That's undeniable. I can definitely feel the hate coming from the screen. I really can. And Mel is just sitting there cool as a cucumber, just smiling and sitting pretty. Like, she not even getting flustered. Her mind is made up. She don't fool with them. She not fooling with these people. She over it.
There's still love there, because in order for you to have this passionate disagreement, to me, the root of it is at one point we did have love for each other. Only time would tell where things will go from here. And I just think the intention was to really use this opportunity to move forward, but it appears that things probably went backwards.
I want to add something. I thought after finding out about Kimmi's situation that each and every one of us up here would look at life differently. And I think that some of the stuff that we're holding on to is unnecessary. Tomorrow's really not promised. And a lot of the stuff that we're holding on to and we're rehashing and everything else, man, we should be able to let that stuff go. Because it's too much weight to carry on your spirit.
I totally agree with that.
No, I do too.
I agree with what Maurice is saying, but sometimes I feel like people say things like that. Okay, yes, tomorrow's not promised. You don't want to hold grudges, but at the same time, I want an answer. What the time that we got right now on this reunion stage, we need to talk about it, and maybe that will help with me letting it go. So it's almost like I gotta just act like none of this stuff happened, which sometimes you do. Sometimes you're not gonna get closure or sorry from the person that offended you, so you do have to move on. But like, why are we all here on this stage together? Like, let's talk about it. Him and Tisha are deflecting. Exactly. Let's not act like what my mom said was wrong and just make Melody out to be the bad person. Bad. Mel did this, Mel did that. That's why. It's just ridiculous. But Tisha's hate is really yeah, it is very. It's like I said, even the mom. Did you see how Miss Wanda was looking? Like, Miss Wanda's face was looking real tore up. But I wonder why. I think, like my homeboy Dame Dash said, if you got time to think, you got time to worry, you're not working. And I feel as though that's the same thing in their case. If y'all got time to hate Melody, to watch Martell's live and this and that, and want to argue with her, maybe, Miss Wanda, you need to have 2 food trucks. Maybe you need to have 3. Tisha, maybe you need to go to school for another degree. Marsau, maybe you need to open up another something property. Y'all not working hard enough. When I feel like when people can complain, be jealous, and hate on somebody else, that's because you're not working on yourself. You're not moving your agenda along forward like you should be. And that's how come you're mad. It's no need to hate. Congratulate. So stop looking at Melody and what she doing, and just be the best version of yourself like that you can be. So some of these other comments said, it's time for Melody to leave the show and let's see how long this show will last. And someone else said, I won't watch anymore if Mel quits. You know, I've been saying that. Or I did a video about that. Like, I think it's time for Melody to get her own show. I wonder how long ago I said that. Because now it's getting a little out of hand. And, you know, you guys supported that. Y'all said, y'all definitely watch a spinoff show with just Mel. Because it's true. Like, how long will the show last if they just stopped, if Mel stopped being on the show? They had nothing to talk about. They'll probably be trying to run into her. So they got, I seen Mel today at the gas station. Oh, gosh. Someone said, even if they truly think Melody is the worst person in the world, what does she have to do with Marsau getting an inappropriate photo from another woman and replying with an inappropriate comment? And the fact that LaTisha was even going through his phone to look for a red flag is also being glossed over. They really do use Melody to deflect from actually discussing their business. Wow, Sheila, you just said that. Him and Tisha are deflecting. This is crazy. And I feel like somebody else said something like that too. Sharon, when Sharon mentioned Tisha would stop saying, I wish Tisha would stop saying she hasn't experienced in any infidelity. Then why are you going through his phone, sis? You know? If you had, and I hope she didn't. I don't want no woman to experience infidelity. You know what I mean? So she'll say maybe they need to worry about the $5 million lawsuit. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You know, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. I'm probably off key, but that's the word to the song now. That's a word to the song. So, and once you're done sweeping on your front porch, go sweep the back porch. Go sweep your bedroom, the kitchen, and just keep working. Pay attention to what you got going on in front of you. Okay, so LaTisha and Wanda are beautiful women, but they disappoint me so much because they keep settling for being walking stereotypes and characters. I literally cringe hearing Wanda constantly mispronounce the word collaborate the other day on YouTube. I cringe again watching LaTisha downplay searching Marsau's phone and making that discovery. She's also not very bright despite being college educated, which confuses me the most. To top it off, Wanda and LaTisha also think a woman can't really be validated unless she has a man, so much so that LaTisha won't exit this marriage no matter how dumb Marsau makes her look. I just can't like women like these two. I see now why they made Mel the face of Love and Marriage Huntsville. They absolutely had no other choice. Oh my gosh, people is hilarious. I'm loving these comments. I do feel as though that's my problem with it too. Like, Miss Wanda's the only mama up there. I don't get why she don't feel nothing is wrong with her being a part of her daughter's friend's life like this. My mom don't be concerned with my friends. My mom be trying to get away from me. Like she just be like, us and quite up. Well, mommy, let's go to eat. You know, because I still call my mom mommy. I be trying to be up under my mom, but I just know she would never want to do. Like, she wouldn't want to be around me and my friends. Like, she definitely lets me have my own life. So that's why I find it very interesting and odd that she's just amongst the group. I have no problem with her being on the show, but how come she can't be on the show talking to the other mamas? I think that would be dope. But she not on the same level as Tisha's friends or colleagues. You know, that's just my saying. That's just how I'm thinking. And I do get the vibe. I'm not going to say she needs to exit her marriage. She probably signed up for better or for worse. And maybe for better or for worse for her looks different than our better or for worse, you know? So I don't feel like she needs to exit her marriage. But she should say something like, yeah, and so, yup, it was, and I'm not going nowhere. stand in your dumbness. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to say she dumb. But, say it with your chest. Like, it's like she trying to, like, deny the fact that we have evidence. Insulting our intelligence. That is so rude. So, Wanda and LaTisha are the kind of women I always worked hard to never be like. Absolutely gorgeous women, but not my cup of tea at all. But I think that's what makes Love and Marriage Huntsville so interesting. It's basically black classism on display. Fans choose their favorites by who they identify with the most. I may not like all the cast, but I do want them all to succeed. This is great. I like this comment. So I continue to watch no matter how annoying these storylines are. I agree. I started to identify with Mel when she had that like premiere party of her video, the first video she did, and everybody had to wear white. And I just was so impressed with her strength because I can, like, I was just telling my friend this. For women, they almost make marriage, kids, and all that stuff like the pinnacle of our existence. So I can only imagine like her having that and how it feels for kind of like the rug to be pulled from underneath your feet with this whole infidelity thing. So to have that marriage, kids, husband kind of thing, and you being a wife, and for it to kind of like end, and not only end but end publicly, and not only end publicly but your husband, the one you said vows to and that said vows to you, wind up having start having an outside family. That got to be hard, whether it's for storyline TV or not. That's just a lot. So the fact that she was able to pick up herself and just go full throttle, and maybe that's a part of it too. Like, I'm pretty sure she was hurt, but she put that hurt into her music career, doing her skincare line, being a brand ambassador, doing all the things that she's doing, plus being a mom. That's admirable. It made me feel like, what am I crying for? If I ever go through a broken heart or situation, like, no, dust your eyes off, but don't let no grass grow underneath your feet. You keep going. It still worked. Life is still happening. Yes, that happened to you, but it happened for you. Because I feel like that hurt that Melody may have been experienced was a catalyst to make her pop. Like, I really admire her, So they're right about that. I definitely identify with her the most based off of, like, once it was time to divorce Martell. And I truly believe that she's going to get somebody else and get somebody else way better. And not to say Martell's, like, terrible, but someone that wouldn't even think about having cheating or whatever. Because I do believe it's men like that. So someone else said, accurate, LaTisha is the biggest pick-me on the show, and I can't stomach it. Marsau literally proposed to her right before she could take a job at a major company. See, again, like, it's always that wedding, that fairy tale thing will always kind of be like the icing on it. You know what I mean? I feel like they feel like that's their pinnacle or whatever. But I realize you can't do that too. Because even in a marriage, men still going to want to create and go after their dreams. Women still going to want to create and go after their dreams and things like that, which goes to show you that, like, marriage and relationship is a piece of the puzzle, but not the entire puzzle. I feel like even if you want to be a stay-at-home mom or whatever, you become, like, so inventive and do things that make being at home easier. You could probably make an invention just from being a stay-at-home mom. Like, it's just you maybe want to be a mommy vlogger, and I don't know. I just feel like it's always in us to do and create and expand, But that's just me. Let's see. Then he told her she just needed to be a housewife. See, why can't she do both? LaTisha didn't start believing she could get her own bag again until Melody told her to. Melody is the GOAT, yeah. They can't change my mind about Melody either. They are so jealous. She has a fan base, she does. Yeah, like, y'all can't help that Melody is a fan favorite. Again, like they said, she's the most transparent. And people like to see people win. We like to see people rise from the ashes and rise from the dust. Because a lot of people may have been male. They may have like had the same or a similar situation happen to them. And now they're living their best life. Now they could be remarried. Now they could be thriving in their career. Sometimes these men be holding you back, sometimes. So, yeah. It's just like we just kind of like, yes, go male, go. So someone said one of my professor friends once pointed out to me, a college degree is a very great accomplishment, but it does not equate to intelligence and understanding. It just means that you learn how to remember. That's true. I can recall myself making sure I passed an exam, but Lord, don't ask me what it means. LOL. That's true. She finished school, but she's neither that smart nor articulate. So someone said, unpopular opinion, but I don't like how Kimmi did Destiny. With all these conversations about how Destiny, Melody, and LaTisha are mean and catty, no one ever talks about Kimmi's mean girl ways. And they definitely won't ever now because of her current situation. But it's not fair that she's labeled as a saint on the show when she's messy too. That's a good... Now, what y'all think about that? Do y'all feel like Kimmi is messy as well? Or, Kimmi is just an ain't... Oh, I don't want to say it ain't. Or is Kimmi above the mess? Now, let's see what else. Kimmi and Maurice. Marsau wants Melody. Oh, gosh. And LaTisha hates her for it. I will neither confirm or deny that. Melody is a country hood rat. She wants to break up the marriage with LaTisha and Marsau when she knew for years and never left Martell. She's bitter. All the booked and busy in the world can't read that. Now, I don't know Melody's heart, but bitter, I don't see that. She could have stayed with Martell. No one was stopping her from staying with him. She chose to leave him. And she chose to also realize that with her current situation, she believed that there was something else better out there. Kind of like, not kind of, but faith. Walking even when you don't see the entire staircase. You're still going to put one foot in front of the other because what you currently experience, this ain't it. This ain't the reality I want to live with. I don't want to share. Even if she knew for years, she didn't want to make it another years. So stop that. Bitter, I do not feel like. I feel like if she was bitter, she wouldn't be doing everything she's doing now. She wouldn't even be pursuing her music career, like just going for her goals and stuff like that. She'll be crying in a corner somewhere, throwing shade at Martell and his new relationship. She's not doing that at all. I really feel like she could care less. And if she wanted to go back to Martell, she knows she could, just like that. And Martell will act right this time. But, she's not for it. She's not having it. She gonna get somebody better. She believes she can, she will. All it takes is a belief. Oh, and then someone said, no one is a bigger hood rat than LaTisha and Wanda. Even Marsau called them ghetto and from the different side of the tracks, LOL. Anyway, I think Marsau is trying to break his own marriage up, baby. What are your thoughts on the naked picture of the woman he was trying to hire being on his phone? Yikes. Good point. Touche. Because I feel as though, I'm not going to say LaTisha and Wanda are ghetto. Nor are they from the other sides of the track. I never seen Tisha act like nuck if you buckish. I never seen none of the women on the show act nuck if you buckish, except for Wanda. When I really think about it. So, look at this. How much time I got left? 19 minutes. Yeah, guys. This was very interesting. Interesting part of the reunion. I definitely enjoyed it. I kind of felt like it was a lot of going in circles with the cast. Um, I also felt like nothing was really resolved. And I do get if Melody decides not to intertwine with this group because no one got her back, and that's not right. That I know she don't want to be in that position. So I don't know, y'all. Definitely send Melody some love. In her comments. Oh, did y'all see her on Instagram? She looked good. Let me see if I can pull up her thing on Instagram. She had her little workout clothes on. I think she had like a little sponsorship or something. I'm like, go ahead, Melody. Oh, wait, I'm gonna do this. Instagram Melody. Oh. Excuse me, y'all. It looks like she got 2 pages. Man, this girl got it going on. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me share my screen. Don't she look good? Look at her little workout clothes on. Go Melody. Like when I was just scrolling on my timeline, I was like, oh, I liked it, didn't even realize it was her. You better go, girl. She said, guess what, y'all? I think I just stumbled upon the cutest set. She right. She do look cute. Well, they're all cute. Oh, look at Pam. Hey, let me like Pam. Oh, look at Drew Sidora. Oh, look at her getting all this love. Applying that pressure, Egypt. This really after 4 kids and I only had 2 and I feel like a potato. I'm fed up. That's what I'm saying. Like Melody is snatched. She is goals. Do you see her in this in her cloud 9? Like, dang, Mel. Don't hurt him. To me, why I like Melody is because she's like the poster child of how you do a breakup. You don't let it break you. Use that as an opportunity because in a way I feel like maybe she was a little suppressed in her marriage. I guess that's why you do have to kind of make sure you're with somebody that don't mind you thriving. If anything, because they want to keep thriving and keep going. They don't want to get comfortable. And they understand it don't take it don't make them less of a man for you to thrive and for you to shine. I think that's the moral of the story. What do you guys think? Oh my gosh, but y'all have been amazing. I thank you so much for showing up to my live. I know it's been a minute. We 10 days into the New Year's. I think this is the first one I did this year. But we made it to 2023, y'all. So what are y'all goals? Tell me. I know I got one of my goals is to go live more often. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow. I don't got nothing else to do until the weekend till I get paid. No, I'm playing, y'all. I'm gonna still make sure I create content for y'all or whatever. In the meantime, in between time. But yes, thanks again for showing up, for coming to my live, for supporting me. And if you're watching this on the replay, do not forget to like this video. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? Do not forget to tell a friend. And my channel is about y'all too. I like to hear what y'all got to say because y'all be giving me very good perspective and insights in the comments. But other than that, I'm going to let y'all go. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your night. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.